Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to do this cross that you've probably seen. I don't know if I'm going to add the glitter on top as well. We'll see. But the way I started it, and this is a little bit different than any other resin project that I've done. And the first thing I'm doing, and I should show you, this is what we're using. This is a material. It feels like vinyl, but look at it. Isn't it beautiful? I started doing the cross, but I can redo that. This is, I got this from Temu, and I've been looking for something like this in this color and in white, but I haven't been able to find the white yet. But it, even by itself, if you put it on the cross without resin, without glass, it looks beautiful. So what I did, and this is a cross from Dollar Tree. You probably all recognize it. And all I did was, let me remove this, remove the string, and then I traced the image, and let me see if I can get it. Yep. And with a pen, I just drew over it so that I could cut it out. And that's fairly easy to do. I'm just making sure I get all the edges. No, all the corners rather, not the edges. They're not really corners, they're round areas. Every time I get in front of the video, I kind of find myself tongue-tied. We'll cut this out in a minute. First, we're just going to remove, I'm just making sure I'm taping, because you know how things happen. I'm looking for my heat gun. I want to remove this. I don't like labels. And as I said, this is from Dollar Tree. I also did it on this one, but I didn't get enough material, so it kind of looks a bit messed up. But I'm just trying to make sure that everything is clear. The other thing we need to start doing is painting the cross, and I'm doing the front and the back. And the edges. And I usually like to paint both sides, because with cheap wood like this, I don't want any bending, especially as we're putting resin on it. So this is the back, and I probably won't make you sit and watch through all of this. So as soon as I finish this part, I'm going to dry it, and when you see me next, I will probably have done both the front and the back. But you give it a good coat. I'm using acrylic paint. You can use any paint you want. And I'm painting a base color because the next color I'm going to use is this one. And it's by another company called Cadence, but this color is amazing. And it really matches well with this. So I'll just do the edges a little bit and then dry it and do the front. And then after it's dry, I'll show you what it looks like. And we'll start painting the blue. I'm going to be drying this with my heat tool, and that's just to save time. So I'll see you in a few minutes. And we'll continue with it. Okay, so I'm back. I sanded down a little bit. Some areas that I thought were a bit rough. And now we're using this color. It's called Mauve Blue. But you can also use this acrylic paint. Let me show you the difference in the two. I don't think it makes much difference. This one is this color, but I found that I prefer this one. It's got some sparkle. Now I'm going to paint the back and the sides. See, this is the difference. This is a brighter blue. And I prefer that, but, and see how it's got sparkle? And that's the paint I prefer. This one is by Cadence, company out of Turkey. And I think you can see the difference between this one and this one. And this, the Cadence one, all you really need is one coat. Now, I'm not going to paint all of the second side because we're going to be covering it. I really love this color. I love the sparkle. And it is the back. You don't have to paint it, but I want the sides painted blue anyway. See, I can tell the difference, but I don't know if you can on the screen. And I'm going to do the edges, because that's really the reason I'm doing it. Let's do the edges first. And the other reason I sanded, because not just because I found some of the wood a bit raised, the grain was raised. I did it because I wanted to make sure that my surface was as flat as possible for the vinyl that we're going to put on. And it is thick. I am going to be looking for a vinyl in other colors, the same kind of texture and finish. Now, if you didn't want to paint the sides, you could put a trim, but I want the cross, the main feature of the cross. I wanted it to stand out. I don't know if that makes sense. Now I'm just going to go over the areas I have not covered, including the area that I already painted with the Pentart one. But this one has such sparkle, and I really like that. And it's nice to have a nice finished back. I'm going to move it aside as soon as I finish, and we're going to go on to the next step. I may do this one slightly different to the first one. I haven't quite decided. I might put something sparkly in the center on the back of the cross. We'll see. I'm just going to, if I do it, it's just going to be adding just one extra element. And we're going to leave this to dry. I don't want to lose my brush, and just want to cut my paper, but it's not going to work if this is filthy, if this is all paint. So 1 second, and I'll bring the pattern that we made back. I want to make sure my hands are also dry and not all painty. So, almost there. So if you recall, we drew the cross, and I think you can see my pattern. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is just cut around it to make it easier for me to cut. It is quite thick. So make sure you have a good pair of scissors. I'm going to start off, and when I did it the first time, I cut on the outside edge, and I found that I ended up having to trim. So cut on the actual pattern. See, I didn't even do that here. And just cut it carefully, because you don't really want to miss any part. I hope I'm not missing any part of the video. I hope it's all showing up. Let's cut this. And hopefully we won't have too many adjustments. Uh-oh, right here. I missed. Because it's so thick, I wanted to use smaller scissors, but I found that they were harder to cut with. I used these the first time and they were much too hard for me, and it took forever. You can do this with any vinyl. I guess you could do it with any textile, actually. And it is a vinyl finish. It's not vinyl like foil vinyl, although it looks like foil. It's actually a material. It does not tear. I think I might have made a mistake here with the edge. We'll check it out now. I didn't find that I needed to burn the edges, because there's no fraying. And let me just dry this, because it's still not dry, and then we'll turn it over. Put it on with this, and on this one, I didn't make any holes going from the front to back, because I found I was able to hang this on a nail. I'll show you exactly what I mean as soon as we finish this. This is such a sparkly color. To make sure my edges also are well done. It's an extremely easy project to do. And the result is outstanding. Now on the back of the one that I did, I need to go back and put some resin, very light coat, because resin, because there are no edges when I was pouring the resin, some of it came off and went on the back. Now what you can do is put some tape to cover it, so that no resin comes on, but I was planning to add resin anyway. There's a little bit here. It's just a raised edge. Let's see how this let me see. It's still a bit too big, but after we'll glue it, I might have to trim. And the glue that I used was E6000 Fabric Fuse. And this works great. It's low odor. It's a fabric glue. It's permanent, it's clear, and it's washable. And the way I've been hopefully I haven't closed, I can get it to come down, because I forgot to close it yesterday. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay. I am having a problem. Let me just see if I can stick a pin inside. And the pin I have is too thick. Let's see if I can do this. It's probably clogged. And that's all my fault for not closing it well, or putting a cover on it. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get a brush and take everything out. Let me just make sure. Stick this inside and push this out. And if that doesn't work, we're just going to have to get it all out of here. Let's try. Oh, it's working. All it needed was a little bit of cleaning up. Now it's clogged again. Oh, how weird. But you're going to have to spread it out with some glue anyway. sure you don't get your pattern all messed up. And that's the part I sanded because I wanted a very level surface. And don't forget to close your glue like I did. So let's apply this. And you've got some time to move it around. I think I might need to add a little bit more here. Some areas are really well cut and some are not. And I think I'm going to have to add some here. Let's see if I can get some out. Okay, I think I've got enough now. And my brush. I'm going to put some tape, if I can find the tape, on it so that it won't. No, I don't have tape right now, but I'll have to remember to clean it out and find the tape for it. Okay, now I'm just going to go around as much of the edges as I can, because you can see right here it's a little too big. And you can touch this up. Okay, let's see, where is my... I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try. So I'm off a little bit. But you're better off removing it. Just to clean up the edges. And I have some here that I need to remove. it's too close to the edge, use a knife. Let me see everywhere else. Oh, we can do this as well. You don't have to adjust if you don't want to. I just like I might have to burn actually just a little bit because I've got some excess threads. No, it's not fraying, it's just I want to get rid of it. I'll be right back. Okay, what I wanted was this, just to burn the parts I don't want. Where else did I want to burn? There was a couple of places. I wanted to cut out this as well. And I might touch up the edges. Before we start yeah, I'm going to touch up the edges before we add the glass. Just to make sure. Okay, let's put this down. And what I was thinking was, let me dry this. Adding a brooch or something on the front, on top of the glass. But let's arrange the glass first. And because there are no edges to stop the resin, I'm going to get this and we'll start arranging the glass on it, and then I'll raise it up. I'm trying to find something to raise it up with. Maybe this. We'll see. so now I have my glass. And I get my glass from Amazon. Nothing seems to want to work when I'm doing this. And maybe I'll put this underneath as well so that you can see better where I'm placing the glass. Okay, so what I want is basically to make sure that I have my edges like the curved parts. No, this one goes here better. And you can glue those down if you want. I'm not going to. And this is what will probably take you the most time. Right now I'm just looking for curved like this. And we're going to put them down. Another curved here. Now you can throw them just like that and not care if the edges are done or not. This one will not work because it's got a right angle and I don't like right angles. This one will work right here. And I'll put a link to the Amazon glass I get. And I'm just filling in. It's like a jigsaw, really. And there's one that works there. Let's see if this one works. Yep, now I just probably need to move that one and put a bigger one. You don't have to fill every single spot. More, I need some larger ones for the edges. Don't know why some are stuck together, but that's okay. And when I said you can put glue, it's so that when you move it, it kind of works. It keeps them down, is what I'm trying to say. But isn't the color magnificent? Right now I'm just trying to fill in gaps. And as I said, this is what's going to take the most time. Sorry, I'm not talking. It's just sometimes you need to concentrate on what you're doing. And this one will go here. I'm going to try and finish one side at least. Let me see. This one might work better, actually. Yes. We can use this there. I want to get some bigger ones. There. Okay, let's fill in as much as we can here. Actually, this might work better here. And obviously you would take your time when you're doing it. You wouldn't be, I'm trying to make this video not be hours long. Okay, let's see this. Oh, and I found a pearl. Now, like I said, you don't have to lay them down flat like I am. This one is on its side, so I want to turn it over without messing up. That might be hard. Okay, I seem to have lost a piece here. More. This one needs to move this way. Now, my typical pieces that I do, I don't sit and line them up. But in this case, I do. And you need to constantly check that you are at the edge, because from where I am right now, I can't tell unless I stand up and do that. Let's see here. So I'm just putting the bigger pieces on the edges. You do need to be a little patient too. This one is going to be too big. See if this one fits. Yep, it does. Right around here, a curved one. So I'll go from one side to the other. It all depends on what pieces I find. And what helps with this particular vinyl is that it is textured, so it holds the piece a bit better than if it was a smooth finish. Do I have? Yeah, I do. We need something here. kind of a big piece. Do I have one? Or I don't know how long we've been doing it, but hopefully we're almost at the end. Let's put this one here. And this one here. Now I need a roundish one for okay. This one will work, I think, here. I found the dirt here, which I don't want. Let's put this one there, down. Here. Well, this one has to stay here, and this one has to go here. Oh, see, that's why I typically glue them, but I'm looking for big ones for the edges. this one will work. I can say we're almost done. I'm just going to have to double check the edges. Oh, that one will not work. Let's see here. I'm looking for shapes now to fill in. If I get a pointy one, I can put it here. Oops. Okay, well, I'll fix that one in a minute. Oh, the pointy one, where did it go? Let's just put this one. Come on, you silly goose. And one more. Let's put a tiny one right here. And a tiny one right here. Just want to make sure nothing is over. Oh, this one needs fixing. Okay, let's finish off here. I've got this one right here, and we need a big one. Maybe not that one. Let me see. Maybe this one. Yep. Well, we just have to fill in. That one I'm not thrilled with. Let's see if we can move it a little bit this way. Yeah, much better. And let's get this one in here. A couple more. Uh-oh. I dropped 3. This one's a bit big. Let's see. This one is big. Okay, this one will work right here. And maybe a couple more. Thin, thin, thin. That's thin one. And then nope. Let's try this one. No, I think this one's a bit too big. Okay. As soon as I fix these 3, I'm going to mix my resin and raise this up, and I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. So just give me a few minutes. Oh. Let's put this one there. And maybe this one can go here. I don't want any more slippages. Uh-oh. This one's a bit too big. This one might be better than this one. Let's do that. Yep. And these won't work. Let me see. This one might. I'm just going to check. I don't want anything sticking out. Okay, so when I come back, I'll have my, no, that's fine. I'll have my resin ready, and I will pour it. And hopefully I won't have any more fallouts. I'll be back in a few. Okay, I hope you can see everything. I've mixed my resin, but I haven't, sorry, I've poured my resin, but I haven't mixed it yet. Trying to get this so that you can see everything. Yep, you can. Okay, so the reason I didn't mix it, like I said I was going to, I wanted to talk to you about resin safety. And I know I do this each time, but it's really important. First, please make sure if you have allergies that you wear safety gear so that you don't breathe in the resin. The other thing you need to make sure is that you wear gloves, tie your hair back. Hey Alexa, set the timer for 2.5 minutes.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
Now I'm using my favorite resin, which is Promise Epoxy, and this is the fast cure one. And within an hour and a half, the first cross that I did, this one, was dry. Now you can see extra sparkle on this one, and I don't know if I'm going to put that on this particular one, but I am thinking of using a totally dazzled crown. You don't have to, but I just thought it would make it different. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be mixing. I tried a few other things and they didn't quite work out, but I think this one might look nice. I also thought this might work. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, but this one you really don't need to mix it for very long, because once you start mixing it, it will start to warm up. It has, I think, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I'll have to double check that. Working time after you've mixed it. And I have some bubbles, not many considering. And all I'm going to do is pour this on very gently. I don't want anything falling off. And I will check it again. I was talking about safety. Okay, Alexa, thank you. Please shut off. Tie your hair back. Okay, stop, Alexa. Alexa, stop. So if you don't want to wear a mask, you need to wear goggles or glasses, safety glasses. You don't want the resin going in your eyes. Tie your hair back, I said. What else? Wear gloves. So I'm not pouring it on just like that. I'm being very careful. And I mixed a lot more resin than I need. But there is a mold that I want to use. And when you're using clear resin, look at how clear the glass becomes after you put the resin. And this is how I'll know if I've put enough or not. I will torch it. Oh, and some of it is going to fall down, so be prepared for that. Unless you put tape around the edges, which I don't typically do. But you should if you're a beginner. You see the color difference between here and here? Does it show up? Yeah, it does show up. And some of the resin is dripping off, even though I didn't think I put that much. But I do have this mold that I want to use. I'll be torching it as well. And yeah, I'm not going to put any glitter. I want them to be slightly different. Yep, it's leaking down. I'll put all the products in the description. I'm just going around checking that I don't have anything that's sticking out. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to also add this here. I don't think I need to add more resin. I think this is enough. But I am going to just pour some resin in my tulips, because I might use them on an Easter egg. And then I'll torch. I'm doing that right now because the resin, because it's the fast cure, could dry up on me. So I hope you'll be patient and bear with me. And then we'll use the torch. It's very hard to see where this starts. Let me just move it up a bit, because it was on a corner, and there was something else that I could use this for. Let's see. Okay, we've got a couple of owls here, so let's see if I can fill any of those. It's thickening up. I'm messy, but I'm trying to get all of it out. With the tree branch and the moon. Before this thickens up completely. See, it's thickening up so much that I probably won't be able to do very much with it if I keep it longer. So the first thing I'm going to do is get, if I can find it, my, I'm going to squirt some 91% alcohol. That helps with the bubbles. And then I'm going to move it out of the way. And that was not supposed to happen. But that was probably the alcohol burning. So don't do what I just did. Leave it to settle. But hey, that's how you have accidents. When I see you next, I will probably be live on Wednesday. This is the tutorial for Tuesday of this week. And I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. If you're new, I'd be very, very grateful if you would subscribe, make a comment, like, and share if possible. Until next time, thank you so, so much. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you.